Hey everyone, it's Mike from Destinations to Travel, coming to you live from EPCOT, as you can see. And Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you are looking forward to kicking off 2024 with a walk around EPCOT. Hi Patty, hi Randy. So I wanted to get out to EPCOT for a while now because the World Celebration Gardens area opened up early December. We haven't had a chance to get back out here, so wanted to make sure we started off the new year here at EPCOT. Hi Tom. It's also always fun to get out here on New Year's Day, see what the crowd levels look like. I can tell you it's going to be busy. I parked way back in the parking lot today as I got in here. So it's going to be a busy day here at EPCOT. We're going to go check out the World Celebration Gardens. We're going to take a walk around World Showcase. I believe the International Festival of the Holidays is over. It was supposed to end on December 30th, but the decor is still up. I don't know if you can see from here. The decorations and everything. Yeah, you can see the poinsettias over here. They're still up right now, so I don't know. I don't know if there's still going to be some Festival of the Holidays stuff around the park, so we'll go see. Let's take a walk. Hey, Steven. Thanks for joining. So like I said, World Celebration Gardens opened up here in December, along with the new nighttime spectacular, Luminous, A Symphony of Us. That started on December 5th, I believe was the date. So that's been here for a while. I still need to get out here, get a chance to record some video of it. We'll have up on our YouTube channel. But World Celebration Gardens is the area right behind Spaceship Earth here. So finally, for the first time in a very long time, you can walk right through the middle of the park as you walk in. You no longer have to go, I mean, you still have to go left or right of Spaceship Earth, obviously, as was always the case. But you no longer have to go all the way over towards Guardians of the Galaxy or all the way over to the land. You can now walk through this straight through the middle. And as I said, Guardians of the Galaxy, I realized I missed the 1 o'clock window to book a virtual queue, because I forgot to do that this morning too. So 0 for 2 today. So no Guardians of the Galaxy. Hi, Lou. Yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy is still using the virtual queue here. That is the only way you can ride besides doing a lightning lane. There we go. Individual lightning lane. All right, so here we are. You can see the World Celebration Gardens up ahead. And it's funny to be so excited about an area of the park opening when there's really nothing over here. It's really just, I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's gardens. It's a seating area. So the Imagineers said about this area when they opened it that they wanted to put the park back in theme park. So they made this, nice little seating area. Now the only, I won't call it an attraction, but like photo op is you've got the Walt the Dreamer statue here. And you can see they have a queue set up so you can come around and get your picture with Walt. There he is, with Spaceship Earth behind you there. And so Walt is looking out over the gardens. And I haven't been up here before because the only other time I've been here since this opened, this whole area was all packed with guests waiting to get a picture with Walt. But look at this view. This is beautiful. Seeing straight down the middle of the park all the way back to the American Adventure Pavilion. This is awesome, and a beautiful day too, obviously. Hi Troy, Happy New Year. And Tom, I totally agree, this seating area was needed. I love this. I love this whole new area. I know a lot of people have. Oh, I'm like in the background of photos up here, I think. I know a lot of people have been sort of underwhelmed by it, I guess. But you know, it's a seating area where there wasn't a whole lot that was ever going to be, you know, to it here. And they're also not done. There's still the Communicore building, which is going to be sort of festival hub, which will be right over there. So this whole area will come to life a little bit more. It also lights up at night. It is really nice out here. So it's to me, this is a really great area to slow down and kind of, you know, relax a little bit, which is, like Tom said, really needed for any theme park, I think. You can see there is another Disney PhotoPass photographer whose pictures I may have been in the background of just a second ago. Steven asked, what are the best pictures of Walt in the park? I mean, the partner statue is iconic over in Magic Kingdom. But I love this new Dreamer statue. There's also, you can see some very unique lighting here. These are big lighting structures in the center. You've got these sort of sculptures out here that light up at night as well. And so the idea is there are these 4 different sections of the gardens that kind of go with the lands of EPCOT. I want to show you too. Here's one of my favorite details about this, or one of my favorite features, I suppose. There are outlets available as you were just sitting out here. Got this little outlet charging station. So you slide this little door up, and then all the USBs, outlets. This is great for those of us who have the opportunity to work remote. I cannot wait to have the chance to come out here on a nice day. You know, always have to worry about rain, but if I can get the right day, you can see there's all seating here, more outlets. And then here is the Communicore Plaza building that they're still working on. That, again, will be sort of a festival hub. Also, it looks like they're going to have like backlighting on all of these. That looks really cool. And it kind of matches the pattern of Spaceship Earth. But this is also going to be where you will meet Mickey and Minnie, and presumably other characters, I think, as well. I think they'll have other meet and greets in this building. So I'm excited to see what this looks like when this opens up and when this whole area is completely finished. But yeah, the World Celebration Gardens area, I think a really nice addition. I'm going to circle around over here and take a look at another one of the sections here. And again, just really nice to be able to walk through the middle of the park again without having to go all the way around the outside. And it'll be even nicer once these construction walls are gone too. Here's another good look back up at Spaceship Earth from the center here. And then, of course, you know, this opened in December, so the trees are pretty bare right now. When everything grows in, that's going to look really, really nice. Imagine this in the spring with flower and garden going on. This is going to look really nice. And then again, they still have the poinsettias out here, so we'll see if any of the other festival offerings are still going on. There you go. Tom says they've really improved the park. More friendly to all one's needs and comfort. Yeah. Agree. Because again, just having a nice seating area here. Again, you can see the theme is a little bit different in this section of it. And I know the idea for this area here was to be able to look into the giant windows of the creation shop over here. So everything kind of fits with what's around it. I love these lighting structures over here. And this is right outside the Connections Cafe, which of course is a Starbucks. So gives you some nice outdoor seating. So you come and grab your coffee and relax. Oops, as I trip over a lighting fixture. Love these like lounge seats over here. Look how nice that is. Hi, Stephen. Thanks for joining from the UK. Tanya says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Tanya. And then Randy says, seating and shade, depending on time of day. Yeah, it is really nice to have some shade in the park as well. That's always a big plus. So when these trees fully grow in, that'll be really nice. And again, plenty of seating. I don't think you'll ever come here and find every seat taken, right? I mean, maybe when this is a festival hub and we don't know exactly what that's going to mean just yet, but maybe if they have like a bunch of the food out here, maybe this area fills up. But I think you'll always be able to come over here and find a place to sit. And again, at night, there's a lot of lighting in here. There's lights in the ground here. So it looks really cool at night. And it goes along with the Beacon of Magic show on Spaceship Earth that you can see right up here. Happy New Year, Kay. Watching in Iowa. Thanks for joining. That's funny. Iowa football is in Orlando to play football, so play a bowl game here at the Camping World Stadium. Irrelevant. Just wanted to point it out. Yes, totally agree with Tanya here. It'll be so nice to not have to walk around the walls, the construction walls. They honestly really didn't have to put anything here at all. I would have been excited just to be able to walk through the middle of the park again. And as Randy points out, the sidewalk lights are back. Yeah. It's not quite the fiber optic lights like they used to have. It's all sort of like LED track lighting through here. It's really cool. Hey, says go Iowa. The Blue says I'm watching the Iowa game. Rob, world-class venue, Camping World Stadium. Yeah. So yeah, this is the new World Celebration Gardens area. I love it. I think once the Communicore building opens up, it's going to really pull everything together. I can't wait to see it for the different festivals. I can't wait to see it in the spring when everything is in bloom over here. This is just going to look really, really nice. Tom says the lighting is a true plus. Yeah, I could see this being one of the shots here that a lot of people take, and also just like one of those pause on your way out kind of spots that, kind of take it in and remember that view on your vacation. All right, so like I said, we're going to take a walk around World Showcase. The Festival of the Holidays should be over. The end date was December 30th. But again, we've been seeing a lot of the decor. Let's see if any of the food booths and everything are still out. We have already done a full tour of the Festival of the Holidays, so you can always go back and check out that video. I mean, it looks like they still have the decorations on the window over in the Odyssey building over there, so might still be going on, I guess. Also interesting, I mean, I expected this to be the case, but with the end of 2023, we also had the end of the Disney 100 celebration, celebrating 100 years of the Walt Disney Company. But you're still going to see some of the Disney 100 banners and photo ops around the parks for a little while. I mean, we still have the Fab 50 statues around Walt Disney World parks, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and that was in 2021. So, and I think those are a permanent fixture at this point. Tony says, "There's the walls we all know." Yeah, walls still around the Communicore building here. We don't have an opening date for that just yet, but it looks like they've made a lot of progress since the gardens opened. By the way, our next festival for EPCOT, I should have looked up the start date before starting today, is going to be the Epcot International Festival of the Arts every year, beginning of the year. That is the festival that goes on here at Epcot. And that'll be starting this month. I'm not sure the exact start date, though. I think we're only a couple weeks out. The festivals only ever have a couple weeks between. So, and then that'll run until February, not just like February 1st. And then we will have Flower and Garden again. Thank you, Randy. I thought it was the 12th. I knew it was right around there. Festival of the Arts starts here on January 12th. So what's that, next Friday? Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, so Festival of the Arts right around the corner. It's one of my favorites. I've actually, I've said this for the past few years. It's one of the big surprises to me is that my favorite festival foods here at Epcot tend to be during Festival of the Arts. They do such a good job with the food. Obviously, for all of the festivals, they do an amazing job. But the Festival of the Arts food has been surprisingly our favorite every year. Friday, yeah. Next Friday, not this upcoming Friday, but the next Friday, yes. Let's see, is this area open over here? Oh, they do have the stage out here, so we can't go all the way down. Here's one of the Fab 50 statues I was talking about, by the way. Rocket and Groot. But I wanted to look across the water here. Oh, I guess it is open up. Okay, let's walk down to the water. Or as close as we can get. Let's see, Tanya says Flower and Garden is her favorite. Love the topiaries. Yeah, I totally agree. I think Epcot never looks better than Flower and Garden. Flower and Garden it's beautiful here. So that's definitely a big plus. Plus you got the Garden Rocks concert series, which is always fun. Oh, I didn't mention too, there was original music. I don't know if you were, I don't know if I was ever quiet enough for you to hear it, but there's a new score that was created for the opening of the World Celebration. That took over the entrance to Epcot as well. Some of it sounded familiar. That was part of the score that was going on previously, but a lot of the rest of that was music that was curated from other projects like National Geographic documentaries and things like that. Now it is all original music made specifically for Epcot that you will hear in the World Celebration Gardens and at the entrance to the park. Hi, Jack. Happy New Year. Hi, Ginny. Happy New Year. So I wanted to look out on the water and remind you guys again, Luminous, the new nighttime spectacular, debuted last month. We will have video on our YouTube at some point very soon. I'm not sure exactly when just yet, but soon. If you haven't gotten a chance to see it yet, it's pretty great. I really, really like it. I am on the fence as to whether or not I like it more than Harmonious. I really, really liked Harmonious. I was kind of in the minority there. But so it's a high bar to get up, higher than Harmonious, but I do really like Luminous. I'll have to watch it again. We'll see. Also, again, just a beautiful day here, and we're going to take a quick walk around the World Showcase. And I saw one of the food booths out here. Oh, Wine and Wedge is closed, so I guess they might actually be done with all of the Festival of the Holiday offerings, despite some of the decorations being out still. Let's see, the Mexico Pavilion booth is over there still. Let's see if that is still operating. It looks like it is also closed. I will tell you, something over here smells really good right now, and I have not eaten lunch today, so the usual struggle. Tom says always great entertainment throughout Epcot. Yeah, they all right. So I'm gonna say something potentially like blasphemous here. I was never a big fan of Illuminations, Reflections of Earth. Wasn't my favorite. So I thought when they added Harmonious, that was a huge upgrade. Again, I'm in the minority there. People loved Illuminations. It was good. Don't get me wrong. We're splitting hairs when we talk about comparing these Disney nighttime spectaculars. They're all amazing. So it's really like, what are we talking about? They're all great. So Harmonious was my favorite that I've seen here. Besides, like holiday tags, like 4th of July tags and stuff. They go all out here. So if you're ever here for a holiday or a special event, an anniversary, something like that, check out the holiday tag on the fireworks. But yeah, Harmonious was otherwise my favorite nighttime show here. And again, Luminous might be right there. So definitely recommend getting out here to check it out. Lou says boo. Yeah, like I said, I'm in the minority and not in Illuminations not being my favorite. Ooh, okay, so you're seeing, here's Char and Chop, one of the food booths from Festival of the Holidays. That is closed. Right next to that, though, we've got one of the tents set up, and this will be where they will have some of the art available for Festival of the Arts. You'll see booths like this all around World Showcase where artists will be selling various styles of art. It's one of my favorite things about Festival of the Arts. It's bad for me because I have no more room to put any of this art, but I want something every year. So, I mean, it's impossible to take a lap around all of World Showcase and not find something you like. The artists here are incredible. Patty says Harmonious was good, but you had to be in the right spot to see all of the projections. So I will tell you this. I never watched it in the spot to see all the projections on the waterfall type thing they had. Never saw it. I only ever watched from like the China, Norway area, and then the opposite side, like Canada to UK area. Loved it. Didn't matter. I loved Harmonious. All right, you can see it is a busy day here at EPCOT. So it's going to take us a little while to make our way around World Showcase today. Oh, man. And the smells are killing me right now. And this is an interesting day, too. It's rare that I'm here when it's not a festival. And, you know, I have to decide what to eat. Usually there's still too many options, but usually there's more. We got Donald out here meeting guests.
They're right here.
Yes, I'm glad Troy brought this up. Sorry, I'm looking right into the sun again now. One of the travel advisors, Marissa Alvarado, has participated in a featured chalk artist. Participated as a featured chalk artist for Festival of the Arts. I think we showed that, last year? I want to say it was last year. Could have been the year before. I don't know. But yeah, she did some amazing work. And we'll see that again. They do the chalk art on the sidewalks. They do an awesome job. Again, the artists that are featured at Festival of the Arts here at EPCOT are incredible. The stuff they do, I can't even begin to understand. Just coming from somebody with no artistic ability whatsoever. But they do some amazing stuff here for the festival. Randy, of course you're starting in Mexico. Good choice. Yeah, I know that is a big debate. I don't know why it's popped up recently too. I mean, it's always been a debate, but I've been seeing a lot of it on social media lately. Is whether you start in Mexico or Canada when going around World Showcase. I don't know. It's just always felt natural to me to go left this way. So Randy says Marissa is fabulous. Yes, it was last year. So if you want to see Marissa's work, you can go back to our video from Festival of the Arts this past year. Now, I checked wait times on my way in today, and I was actually a little bit surprised. Like some of them, the typical culprits, the Frozen, Remy's, Soarin', they all had pretty high wait time. Soarin', I think, was 15 minutes, which is doable. Frozen and Remy's were both over 100. So some pretty long wait times. But then what surprised me was things like Three Caballeros, Living with the Land, Spaceship Earth. They were all like 15 minutes and less. Now, Spaceship Earth was much longer when we walked in just now, so they might have all gone up. But I was surprised to see how low they were.
He just said really, really good pizza, and then he said,
Yeah, this is how I feel exactly what Rob said here. I've always started in Mexico, but for no real reason other than it feeling right. Wow, Randy says Grand Fiesta Tour was over 200 yesterday. 200-minute wait. Yeah. Perfect segue. Thank you for setting me up, Randy. New Year's Eve here at EPCOT is always, I mean, I have to assume the busiest day of the year. EPCOT is the place to be on New Year's Eve in Walt Disney World. Actually, maybe just all of Central Florida, to be honest. You can see some of the lighting trusses up here still. So World Showcase is a huge party for New Year's Eve. And I love the idea of it too, because, and I probably explain this every year for those of you who've been watching for a long time, I apologize, but I love the idea of the New Year's Eve celebration as you go around the world, because obviously these countries are all in, not all, but they're mostly in different time zones. And so you get different celebrations at different times of the night. So obviously it's going to hit New Year's in some countries before it hits others. So I love the idea that, you know, the party kind of going around World Showcase. And it is packed here for New Year's Eve. I've never been here myself. I would love to do it one year. Just haven't ever had the opportunity. And here's another one of those, what will be an art booth. But yeah, just from seeing pictures and hearing from friends that EPCOT is just crazy on New Year's Eve. So if you're looking for a really big New Year's Eve party, this would be the place to go. Short of going to like Times Square in New York, which actually I would 100% prefer EPCOT. Oh, Randy says be sure to catch the trains when you go to Germany. Yep, we'll stop there. And if anybody else has anything specific they'd like to see today here at EPCOT, let me know. With no festival going on, we don't have things to slow us down as we make our way around World Showcase. So we'll go check out the trains. Also, I'll throw this out there for you guys. Where should I get lunch today? With no festival here, my typical go-to is, and we're just talking quick service. I'm not going to go to a table service restaurant for lunch today, but my typical go-to for quick service would be the Boulangerie in France. I almost said Paris. I guess it is Paris too, but the France Pavilion. But I don't know. I'm open to something else. Let me know. What do you think? What's your go-to for a quick service meal here at EPCOT? Oh, as I'm right here in Germany, I'll point this out too. Troy says our friend and Disney artist Greg McCullough from McCullough Art will have a booth with his fantastic work between the Outpost and Germany. Could be right here. There you go. There's also a few others down back there between the Outpost and again, the Refreshment Outpost is right here. We are in the Germany Pavilion now, so that will be right in this area. Thank you, Randy. That's the full name in France, Les Halles. Yeah, that if you haven't eaten there, by the way, I highly recommend it. A fairly inexpensive option, and they have a lot of good, if you're like me and you like your pastries and bread, ooh, that is the place to go. Tom says France sounds good. I still need to eat in Beer Garden. This has been at the top of our list as far as Walt Disney World restaurants that we have not yet tried. I'm gonna have to do that in 2024. I think that's what's gonna be. If I was to make a resolution, it would be just to eat at more Walt Disney World restaurants that we haven't tried yet. And again, Beer Garden will be at the top of that list. Actually, that's a lie, because, and I wanted to mention this too, another restaurant has opened up since the last time we did one of these videos. Summer House on the Lake is now open over at Disney Springs, and I can't wait to go try that one. So I think that's the top of our list. Beer Garden will be right behind that. Got to give you another beautiful view of the lagoon here. Oh, Patty says, oh, hang on. Patty first says, I will take some fish and chips from England. I'm not a big fish fan, so that's not something that I typically get, but I know everybody loves them so much, so I do have to try that at some point. And then Randy says the ham and cheese on their croissant is huge and can feed 2 people and is relatively cheap. Yeah, like I said, good inexpensive option over in France. Tom says the Beer Garden is great. Yeah, I've only heard good things about Beer Garden. So yeah, I need to try that in the new year for sure. All right, so from the lagoon, we turn around and we've got the trains. A popular stop here at EPCOT.
She just said, do they really? They come from us.
There's somebody there.
Again, one of our favorite places to stop in EPCOT here and just watch the trains go by. Disney, I've been throwing this idea at you for a while now. We need a GoPro live streaming from one of these trains, just all day, all the time. We will watch it. Put that on your YouTube. We will watch it. Just love the detail and the scenery that they create for these train sets here, but I think we've overstayed our welcome at the train set today. So again, here's one of the Festival of the Holiday booths. They are all closed. Festival of the Holidays ended on December 30th. We prepare for Festival of the Arts beginning on January 12th. Oh, and again, you can see a whole bunch of the lighting trusses over here in Italy. All back there. That was all for the New Year's Eve celebration last night. If you do it, just a quick search on social media for New Year's Eve at EPCOT, you'll find a lot of videos of a lot of crazy fun and crowds. You can still see they have Festival of Holidays banners out here around the America Gardens Theater. This is where they would be doing the candlelight processional, but for Festival of the Arts, they have the Disney on Broadway concert series. So you can see some of the stars of Disney on Broadway shows perform some of the songs from those shows, which is a really, really cool and unique opportunity. I've seen a few of the Disney on Broadway shows, Aladdin, I've seen Frozen. Those are both fantastic shows. They do occasionally get the stars of some of those shows out here, and man, it's a really cool opportunity to get a taste of Disney on Broadway. But you can see they are preparing the stage for the concert series right now. And again, we have a couple weeks still before that will kick off. Oh, sorry, Randy said show the times for Voices of Liberty. Let me see where they have the wait times. Yeah, the show times for Voices of Liberty out here. I'm not sure, actually. I know they have had like boards out here before, but this is just showing American Adventure showtime. Should be at 2 o'clock. So Randy, if you know where to find them, let me know. Otherwise, I know they're available in the app. In the Walt Disney World / My Disney Experience app. Yeah, again, even on this side, just American Adventure showtime. Jenny has a good question. Do crowds lessen next week, week of January 8th? Yeah, they will. The week between Christmas and New Year's is one of the busiest weeks of the year. And then you're still going to see some guests here from that. Kind of left over after the New Year. So, yeah, we will see the quote-unquote slow season. There's really no slow season anymore. But middle of January into February, that's when things will start to slow down a little bit, or that's when things will be slower a little bit. Again, slower means, you're still going to have some wait times. It's still going to be, it's Walt Disney World. It's always busy. But that would be a good time of year to come visit. Middle of January into February. Now, there are Run Disney events this time of year as well, and those will add some crowds. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Let's see, there's some more. It's kind of hard to see the sign in the video, huh? But it just says the Festival of the Arts becoming January 12th to February 19th. And then you've got the Disney on Broadway concert series. And you can see more information in the My Disney Experience app. And then there you go, is Luminous, the Symphony of Us, tonight at 9 o'clock, right out here on the World Showcase Lagoon. Now, typically, I would say, too, if you were going to visit EPCOT and you're not coming to EPCOT for any sort of festival, a good time to visit EPCOT is between the festivals. So I would say next week up until Friday. Now, the first day of a festival is always going to be busy. So Friday the 12th, we'll be busy with Festival of the Arts starting. But those weekdays leading up to Friday should be fairly slow. Slow by EPCOT standards. Oh no, Steven, I'm sorry. Steven had to cancel his grumpy challenge, or dopey challenge, sorry. Said he was grumpy because he had to cancel dopey, and got me thrown off. Yeah, I had to cancel the dopey challenge. I'm sorry, Steven. Hopefully you get an opportunity to do that again in the future. And I can't even begin to understand how anyone can do the dopey challenge. If you're not familiar, Run Disney events will do depending on which event you do, they go all the way up to a marathon. So they will do a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and a marathon. And the Dopey Challenge, and those are in consecutive days. So it's like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the Dopey Challenge is doing all 4 of those. So I don't know how you people do it. Congratulations. I can barely survive a 5K. So if you can accomplish a Dopey Challenge, I am impressed. There you go. Troy says weekends for festivals are much busier. Yeah, weekdays in general are going to be not as crowded, as you would expect. Weekends will be the busier days. And festival weekends, especially the first festival weekend, that's going to be some of the busiest days here at EPCOT. Jenny says, oh, good. We're thinking of going January 9th to the 12th when reservations to parks ends. Oh, yeah, that's another thing that they are. Well, I think they are. I have to look into the details of this again. And maybe one of you guys knows better than me off the top of my head right now. They are moving away from the reservation system, kind of. I think it's for annual pass holders, really. So, yeah, they'll have their good to go days when pass holders can just show up like the old days. Rob says that was my goal pre-injuries. I did a 5K and a half on back-to-back days, but that's it. I mean, that's still, I mean, I don't understand. But yeah, that's a Dopey Challenge is, oof. I've seen, and then what's crazier is I see people walking around in the parks after completing the Dopey Challenge. You get a medal for each race, and then you get a medal for completing the Dopey Challenge. And I believe the Goofy Challenge as well, right? Which I think is everything minus the 5K, minus the marathon, one of those two, something like that. There is the Goofy Challenge within the Dopey Challenge. So you'll be walking around, or I'll see guests walking around with the 4 race medals, the Dopey Challenge and the Goofy Challenge medal around their neck. And I'm like, how are you even up and moving right now? I would be incapacitated for days after that. Tom says they need to do more like the old days. I think just in general. I know that was in reference to the good to go days that we were talking about, but yeah, I mean, I don't totally disagree. Don't get me wrong. I love all the innovation of the incredible attractions, but I think something like the World Celebration Gardens feels very old school, very just, like they said, putting the park back in theme park. So I love that addition. And then Randy says undated tickets will still need to use the park reservations. So there you go. So if you have a date-specific ticket, then you're good. Which makes sense. I mean, it should be good if you have a specific dated ticket.
Finally realized there's no one came together.
All right, so we are in the France Pavilion now, where I will likely be getting lunch later. Oh yeah, look at that. So still some decorations up over here too, from Festival of the Holidays. Got the peppermint candies up on the light post still. So I will show you the one time I have seen Luminous. I'm going to head down to one of my favorite spots in the park here. But the one time I watched Luminous was right down there. Great spot. Highly recommend. Now that area is reserved for the dessert parties, so I also highly recommend the dessert parties. This area in general is usually reserved for private events, but if you can watch somewhere over here in the UK pavilion, it is a very good spot. There are kind of limited spots over in that pavilion. There's a lot of like obstructed view kind of stuff, but really nice area to watch the show. As Patty points out, it's so peaceful down in that area. Yeah, I love it down here. One of my favorite spots in the park that may be beaten out now by World Celebration Gardens, because the only difference here is there's nowhere to sit. Like I can sit on a planter, I guess, but no like comfortable seating and outlets like the World Celebration Gardens. By the way, as we pause here for just a moment, I will point out that our social handles are scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. If you're watching on Facebook, as I know many of you are, be sure to follow us on Instagram, on X/Twitter. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/D2Travel. We do have additional content on our YouTube as well. There's some fun parks videos and some hotel room tours. So you can always go and check that stuff out. Those room tours, by the way, highly recommend checking them out if you're planning a vacation. If you're deciding, there are so many great Walt Disney World Resort hotels. If you're trying to decide on which one to stay at, check out what the rooms look like. You know, a lot of it comes down to the location and the convenience of getting to the parks and things, but you probably, if you're like me on your vacation, you're probably not spending a whole lot of time in the room. But I can't recommend enough building in an extra day if you're going to stay on site to just enjoy your resort. The resorts have so many awesome amenities. You're just going to want the day to spend time there. And resort hop too. Go check out the resort hotels. Maybe you'll find another one that you want to stay at next time. There's so much at Walt Disney World that you don't think about outside of the parks. Yeah, there you go. Troy says it's the amenities at different resorts that make the difference.
Yeah, no, I'm very correct. I think you might have to go far.
And in my experience, because having stayed at, I don't even know, like 15 of them at this point, they all have things that others don't. So there's all of them have a, you know, a positive, and not a negative, but just they don't have a positive that another one does have. So a lot of different things to experience. Randy says you may need to do another Riviera tour real soon. Love the Riviera. I know that's Randy's home resort. I love the Riviera. It's one of my favorites. And I was surprised by that too. It wasn't like a theme or anything that I was super excited about, but we stayed there twice now and so good. Absolutely love it. And that is the newest Walt Disney World Resort Hotel. By the way, we got Alice in Wonderland over here. Also wanted to point out there's some scaffolding up here right now. It's like probably just paint touch-ups and things like that. I believe the scaffolding has been removed from the Canada Pavilion. So it looks like they're doing some work on the UK now. And here, again, you can meet Alice. This is one of the character meet and greet spots here in the UK. You'll occasionally see Mary Poppins over here as well. Troy asks, has the bandstand been removed from England? No, I could see it through as we were looking at the scaffolding. I don't know that you can go back there right now. Let's see. Let's try and peek back there. I saw the structure still there, so it's not. They're not removing that. Okay, it looks like it is open back here. But I did see some people working on the stage. I don't know if they're preparing for a set. Oh yeah, looks okay. So we'll have a band performing today at some point. I mentioned Riviera being the newest Walt Disney World Resort Hotel. Randy points out until the new Poly Tower opens. Technically, that's still the Polynesian, so it's not a whole new hotel. But yeah, I get your point. Can't wait to see that too, by the way. That's going to be incredible. Troy said I couldn't tell if it was there or not. Are you okay? Yeah, with the scaffolding, it was kind of hard to tell. Tom says, the fish and chips. Yep, we'll get them right over here. This little booth right up there. By the way, pro tip, if you are here on a hot day and you need to get some water, you'll get a bigger cup there. If you just want to pick up a cup of water, the Yorkshire County Fish Shop gives you a bigger cup of water. Pro tip. Tom says the live music was always great there too, talking about the UK Pavilion. Yeah, there's a lot of great live music around Epcot. In addition to the concert series that they do, and they pretty much always have going almost all year round, there's always just the performers in World Showcase. Canada has a live band, UK, Morocco does, Mexico does. Of course, you've got Voices of Liberty and American Adventure. You've got the drums in Japan. So there's all sorts of really awesome live performances going on around World Showcase. So there's still construction walls around the restrooms in the UK over here. So they are still using the World Showplace restrooms. As Lou says, Miss Off Kilter, band that used to perform over here. I don't know that I ever got to see Off Kilter in person. I may have, but it would have been a long time ago, and I wouldn't have remembered. But I know, yeah, as Ginny points out as well, loved Off Kilter. They had a big following of Disney fans. They still have a big following of Disney fans. Yeah, there you go, Troy, too. Ooh, one of my favorite smells in any park, the maple popcorn over here outside Le Cellier and Canada Far and Wide. Oh, that smells so good. Randy says kind of like Piano Bob or Yeehaw Bob over at the name is escaping me. The Port Orleans. What is the boat bites? Right? Is that the name? Am I making that up? I haven't been to Port Orleans in a while. I need to get back over there. Port Orleans, by the way, has one of my favorite quick service, and I'm just talking Port Orleans French Quarter, because there's also Port Orleans Riverside. But the Sassagoula Float Works over in Port Orleans French Quarter has one of my favorite quick service restaurants on property, or that is one of my favorite quick services on property. All right, so with more Festival of the Arts booths over here, we have made our complete lap around World Showcase. So we're going to get ready to wrap up today's video, and to do that, I'm going to head back up to the World Celebration Gardens for a nice view of Spaceship Earth as we close out today's video. Our first video of 2024. By the way, I'm sure I will say 2023 several times between now and, let's say, March. So I apologize in advance. Anybody has any last second questions, feel free to drop them in there. Otherwise, as always, you can always head to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com, and we can start planning your next Walt Disney World Resort vacation. Yeah, I was hoping the monorail would come by as we were walking over there, Randy. Stephen asked, what is my favorite country? So what my favorite of the pavilions over at World Showcase? We've talked about that before, and it's so hard to pick because what do you pick based on? Do you pick on the just the looks of it, the entertainment, the food, the shops? There's so many different factors. I think Japan has my favorite shop, but then I don't typically eat in Japan. I typically eat in France or Mexico. And there's some pavilions that have attractions and some that don't. So it's really hard to choose. I think the one I always end up landing on is Japan because of that shop and because they do have Takumite. I've only eaten there once, but it was one of my favorite restaurants. So I do love the Japan Pavilion. Thanks, Troy. Oh, Patty asked, where is the entrance to Moana? Is it on your left? Yeah, so Moana is on the other side of the Communicorp building here. So that's another thing. With this opening up, right now when you enter the park, if you go to the right, you can go to the right of the Communicorp building. And then Moana will be just beyond that. Otherwise, you will have to go around, kind of circle all the way around back over here into the Land Pavilion, or whatever they're calling it now. I know that it's all like World Celebration, World Nature. I think that's it. So yeah, that's where you'll find Moana. Journey of Water inspired by Moana, which, again, oh, hang on. This is new to me. We've got Pluto over here in World Celebration Gardens. So I guess they're going to use this area for meet and greets as well. Now, I wonder if that will change when the Communicorp Plaza opens, because again, they will have character meet and greets in there. Anyway, as I was saying, if you want to see Journey of Water inspired by Moana, we do have a video on our YouTube channel that you can go and check out, which again, you can see our YouTube scrolling across the bottom of your screen along with the rest of our socials. And then I still have d2travel.com up there on the screen for you as well, if you would like to start planning your next Walt Disney World Resort vacation. So we're going to wrap things up right here. Thank you guys so much for joining me for our first stream of 2024 for a walk around EPCOT and here at the World Celebration Gardens. Looking forward to another year of Walt Disney World tours. So stick around, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we go live. And we do these videos once a week. So we'll be back very soon. Thank you guys. I'll see you real soon. Bye, everyone.